Hi there, welcome to the Fierce Factor podcast. I'm your host, Kaylee Lindholm. And I think it's time for us women to shift the conversation in business and step into our feminine leadership to do the most iconic work the aesthetic industry has ever seen. Each week, I'll be bringing a powerful dose of strategy, sarcasm, solutions, and sass that will rev up your creativity and ignite your brilliance as you link arms with me along our shared path of personal and professional growth in 20 minutes or less. Let's go. Hello there. I'm your host, Kaylee Lindholm, and welcome to the Fierce Factor podcast. It's hard to believe that we have arrived at episode 45. And for those of you who have been listening to me rant over the past year, first of all, thank you. And you know that every 15 episodes is dedicated on this podcast to what I call reflections. So this was a recommendation by my coach to take personal inventory of what I have learned over the past 15 weeks, how I have evolved, and what my current goals are. And I actually love doing this very personal reflections episode with you. My first reflections was episode 15, a love letter to the alpha female, a special shout out to women in leadership grinding through the pandemic, both losing it all while holding it all together. My second reflections episode was number 30, finding my voice. I sort of worked through some internal dialogue around developing the confidence to express my opinions and gain confidence to be authentic and show up online. I found that speaking up was much harder than I thought it would be. And I had this voice inside my head that said, I know things can be different. I know I can make an impact, but my way felt so unique. So I was thinking, am I crazy? I'm either crazy or brilliant. I can't decide which one. And that felt extremely lonely for a long time, which brings me to the beautiful segue of Reflections episode 45, your current episode today on contrarian leadership. If there's one thing I've learned through this pandemic, it's that there is a lot of lip service in the leadership category. Many people want to talk about being leaders or trailblazers, but when push comes to shove, they only want to lead if it guarantees others will follow. In fact, true leadership takes having the courage to do and say difficult things or make challenging decisions that will likely irritate or piss off or offend a lot of people, but it's done with integrity and alignment to your personal values. Leadership isn't something that happens in your imagination or your vision or your talks about what you're going to do someday. Leadership is scrappy and gritty and dirty. And being a leader means having opinions and expressing them even when they resist the popular belief. This is also known as contrarianism. A contrarian is a person who holds a contrary position, especially a position against the majority. So as I've advanced in my business and had more interactions with fierce leaders like you, I've come to realize that my leadership, my voice, my own contrarianism is not only nice, but necessary to help illuminate the pathway for those who feel the same itching to become that I did. People told me, Kaylee, there's no way you will convince a female physician to invest in herself at that level. Kaylee, your mission to cultivate strong female practice managers in our industry will fall on deaf ears. They won't appreciate it. I was told I would not get speaking time if I didn't give a top 10 tips list. They told me I wouldn't command respect and authority if I didn't rub shoulders with the big name people, using air quotes here. They told me that my mission to transform businesses and lives by helping women like you disrupt the status quo would be wasted energy. I should build a CRM or just offer done-for-you marketing. That's what everybody wants. Well, here's what I have to say. Maybe I won't accomplish my goal, but I sure as hell am not going to stop trying. I did the done-for-you consulting. It flat out doesn't work. Businesses need leaders. Our industry needs leaders. Our team needs leadership. End of story. The path is hard. Of course, we all want it done for us, but that's not a sustainable plan. And that pathway doesn't create lasting impact that breeds influence, authority, and deep satisfaction in the work we do. Doing the work does. Standing for what you believe in does. Being a firecracker and not dimming your light to fit in does. If the thought of being like everyone else sounds nice, but also kind of makes you want to throw up a little, You're in the right place, sister. Contrarian leadership is flat out sexy. It's bold, it's brazen, it's badass. Stop being a boss babe and be a boss. No blurred lines, no glass boxes, no restrictions, just boundless authenticity and compassion for other women who are just like us. So I want to ask you, are you seeing something that just isn't right? Do you have a feeling that a system you've been raised to subscribe to feels outdated, unrealistic, or unfulfilling for you? Are you tired of seeing the same tone-deaf voices build thought leadership in your space? It's time to step up. It's time to link arms with someone who's here to give you the green light, the courage, the unrelenting belief in you and your dream. You deserve this. You are worthy and you are enough. If you feel like you're waiting for someone to give you permission to make that move, well, consider it done. I just did. Here's the thing about leadership. Your ability to achieve your goals is directly related to your willingness to eat dirt. There, I said it. The pain you're experiencing right now, the grind, the out of flow state, it's called hard work, and it's going to pay off. Don't let anyone silence you or tell you you're off track or overcommitted. You have a dream, and no one will achieve that dream except for you. It's up to you. So I'd like to empower you to embrace your own voice. Be a contrarian. Be an advocate and an activist for your own vision and enroll others into it through your invaluable thought leadership. Many clients we work with feel frustrated by looking and sounding like everyone else, claiming to offer the same, ethical care, natural results, and expertise, when in fact, this couldn't be further from the truth. There's just been an influx of unrestricted social media self-credentialing, so anyone can claim they're experts at their craft, which flat out means the barrier to entry into aesthetics is incredibly low. And it's only getting more and more confusing for patients to educate themselves. So I routinely see our instinct is to step up marketing frequency, do more TikToks, turn up the volume. But I have a rule of thumb that the bigger the microphone, the louder the message, but not necessarily more engaging. Remember that your audience is seeing 17,000 messages a day. So if your marketing is feeling washed out by the noise in the industry, it's just time to contrarian yourself separate from the pack once and for all. You're not average. You're a category of one. And I've been working for months on a one-of-its-kind masterclass for aesthetic business leaders. So this might be the right fit for you if you're ready to power position your brand, to clarify your niche and attract high-end clients, to design a brand promise that conveys and protects your unique value, and to hire an on-brand team that will simply make your business a household name. This is a free masterclass on March 16th at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, called The Badass Brand Builder. And in this masterclass, I'll take you behind the scenes to some of the powerful work we do with our Pop Aesthetic Leadership Academy clients to help them build a brand that is gorgeously aligned with their core values, makes massive impact, and is built on thought leadership platform that is second to none. This is the peerless preeminence positioning masterclass for aesthetic business owners ready to disrupt the status quo. So if what I'm saying to you today resonates with you, you are ready for your turn to step into the cash, influence, and authority you are meant for, head over to klcconsultants.com/masterclass and get yourself on the wait list. This will be a high-touch, interactive, 90-minute, game-changing event. It is free, but I will ask you to answer a few questions upon application to make sure that this is the right fit for you and to make sure that I will be able to add more value for you than the last 10 webinars you took combined. I always say you get what you pay for, right? Thank you for tuning in today and letting me unleash through reflections. And thank you genuinely for being a part of this journey with me to shift the conversation and elevate the voices of brilliant, fierce women like you. I'll see you next week. Thank you for joining me for this episode of The Fierce Factor. If you enjoyed the show, please make sure you subscribe so you can automatically get new shows every week. I'd also love it if you left us a review. And come join the conversation online. If you're an aesthetic industry owner, operator, or leader, please join my free Facebook group, The Tribe of Fierce Aesthetic Leaders. a community of ambitious, purpose-driven professionals who collaborate and share best practices for growth in business and life. I'm honored you tuned in.